Focus Warrior Podcast, John and Aaron coming at you. What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? Uh, you, man, you're getting really good at the Australian accent, and I've got to fucking pick my game up with at least an American or even a Southern American accent, but it still comes out fucking Irish or Scottish.
It
Anyway.
does.
I'm good,
It does,
man.
bro. But you know what? Hey, it took only 2 years. It is what it is, bro.
I'm good. I'm good, my end. What's going on with your end, man? What's happening? What's news?
Woo, Aaron, bro. Ah, man, I want to talk about something tonight that I think hits home for both of us. And, I think honestly, those that are listening to us right now would agree that for a long period of time, man, especially in your journey, whatever that is, whether it's mindset, whether it's a new business, a new venture, starting something new, and you're just going for months on end and maybe even years on end, and with minimal to no results, you're in what I call the trenches.
Yeah, man.
Every day, you're still showing up and you're not seeing anything. And you and I have had so many conversations about how frustrated we get sometimes about that,
Yeah.
right? So tonight's episode, or today for you, I want to title this When Lightning Strikes, because I feel like, and I'm going to have you share your story. I want to share
Yeah,
a story.
I want you to preface this. Yeah.
Dude, there's some things happening in our world right now that are little lightning strikes that are now creating this newfound, I don't know how to call it. What do I call it? Just this newfound vision that goes, whoa, everything that we're asking for is now showing up at our doorstep. So that's where I want to start this off with, man. That's with when lightning strikes. So how does that grab you? What story do you got for
Yeah.
us, bro?
It's actually really quite interesting. And I love it that you started with, when you're in the trenches, and you fucking have to be. You've got to be in the
Oh,
trenches. You've got to do the work. You've literally like it's no different to if you're the owner of a new gym. You literally have to be the owner operator. You have to be the cleaner. You've got to go in there and unblock the toilets and clean the toilets. You've literally got to do it all.
mm,
And it's
mm.
no different when where and how your business looks, whether it be online, then you got to fucking do everything. You've got to make sure you're doing all the content. You got to make sure you're
Yep.
putting it all out there. You've got to be doing all the messaging, all of the engagement, all of that stuff. So if anyone that's listening is in the online space, in the online coaching space, you know what we're talking about. And if you're relying on technology, AI, to do that for you, you're kind of missing the boat a little bit because then there's no authenticity. Because they're
Oh,
actually,
good call.
you know, there's and look, we just had that conversation just before we started this thing about the AI and automative messaging and stuff. Um, but what the light bulb moment for me was, and this is a currency now from a coaching perspective, and especially online coaches, is now coming to the forefront, and that's authenticity. And a lot of people,
Yes.
you know, we smell the bullshit. We see right through it, and a lot of people see right through it. So people want that authenticity. But when it comes to when you're constantly showing up day after day after day, we live in an gratified world, instant gratification world where we can literally get anything we want at the touch of a button. So kind of that's where part of our mind goes. It's like it's not fucking working, even though it's only been 2 days. It's like, why the fuck is not working? You know?
Yeah.
But at the other part of it is that we're old school. Dude, our childhood was we didn't have phones. We didn't have distraction. Our childhood was jumping on our bikes and going for a bike ride for 3 hours.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
getting out there in nature, getting out there and literally I was canoeing down a fucking river, in
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
So and when you had to do the work, like literally you had to do the work back then. Whereas then also the internet came and made life a little bit easier, but you still had to do the work. So our
Sure.
mentality, like both you and I, was all about, hey, we've got to do the work. It's old school. So our mindset's still there. Hence, it's a little bit that, we get a little disappointed when we don't get the result as soon as we would have liked. But
Mhm.
old school mentality is like, fuck, we still got to show up. Show up every day. And all of a sudden, out of fucking nowhere,
Yeah.
something gold will happen. The universe will go, cool, you're ready. Here you go on a platter. And it's
Mhm.
something completely left part, completely like, where the fuck did this come from? But it's definitely and it can also be something completely different to what you're working on. But it
Ooh,
aligns. But it aligns. It aligns. So I've got a couple of cool little stories to share. But what yourself, you know, you've been putting the work in, bro. We literally started this podcast at the same time you started Focus 20 coaching. So,
yes.
you know,
Yes.
the and
Wow.
yep,
Oh
January
my
17.
gosh.
January 17, bro. Um, you know, and then we started the podcast when we started the podcast June,
You
June
talk about
23,
focused warrior? Or are you talking about just overall in general?
overall in general.
We our very first episode dropped June 1 of
And
23, bro.
Impact and Chill back then, back in the old
Impact and
days.
chill back
Yeah,
then,
man.
yes. And for those of you that are long-term followers, impact and chill.
Yeah. Fuck. Good times though. Good times.
Good
But yeah.
times.
So talk to me. This topic has come up for a reason when lightning strikes. All right. What's going on in your world in the last 48 hours, bro?
Dude, so it's crazy, Aaron. You're right, man. I think that I fell in love with the process. One of my old mentors used to tell me, marry the process, divorce the results.
Mm,
And bro, I remember way back when I was being mentored by him, I was like, what the hell does that mean? I don't want results. I need results. I need to be able to do something and get
yeah.
results. Fast forward, man, I think I just know what that means now. And it means as much as I don't feel like it, as much as I don't want to do it, you and I have had this conversation millions of times already about just going, hey, but this is your business.
Mm,
This is not just some casual thing that you do for
mm.
Instagram likes.
Like a
You
hobby.
do
Yeah.
this for a very specific reason. Well, bro, it's so cool, right? And again, I still don't have any result from this, right? Mind, let me just preface that. There's no result, there's no return on investment or anything like that. This is strictly just what happens, I think, in where I'm at in the season in the moment. So today, I actually jumped on TikTok and I jumped on TikTok to just post some content. That's all I was doing. I was posting my daily content for my business, adding value to people. It's all free, right? I do it because I love it and because I
Mm,
add value. Well, in that moment, bro, I posted my content and I just scrolled once and I landed on a live of a friend of mine who does a beauty business, and her and I are connected and we've been connected through the beauty business for a while, right? And bro, just very casual, right? She was on live, so I thought I would just tune in, just see what she had going on. She just so happened to have a friend with her who's in the training space. She called out my name. Hey, Coach John is here. The lady said next to her, who's Coach
Coach John.
John? Bro, she instantly started just putting respect on my name, saying what you would get if you joined my plan, what I can do, what value I can add. All free marketing for me, Aaron. I said nothing. I said hi. That's it in the comments. Meanwhile, she's been watching my stuff for a while, knows what I do. Again, the power of showing up, right, bro? Putting a
Yeah, man.
reel out or multiple
Yeah.
reels out
That's
per
exactly
day.
what I was gonna say. Yep.
Dude, she wouldn't know that if I didn't post, Aaron.
Yep.
So proceeds to tell this lady, this is what's going on. This is who John is. I'm sitting there, just my mouth's hit the floor, Aaron. I'm like, wow, just that moment, dude. That right there was enough for me.
Yep.
No, it goes a step further. She
Okay.
responds in the video and she says, hey, Coach John, follow me. I need your services. That's where I'm going to stop, Aaron, because that's all I got, bro. We followed each other on TikTok. I sent her a welcome message. I gave her my website. I said, let's set up a call. I would love to work with you. That's where we're
And
at, bro.
boom.
But you know what's really cool about that, Aaron? That's the kind of conversation we want
Yep.
from what we do.
Yep.
Not guaranteeing
Yeah.
results, not guaranteeing that we're going to get somebody to join our plan, but dude, it's getting those people to see you, meaning an open mouth, open business, closed mouth, closed business,
Yep.
right? You and I have
Yep.
talked about that, brother. And so, bro, I am over the moon with just that because now I go, oh, there's your little gentle nudge from the universe that you are doing what you say you're going to do. And the universe is now returning just a little tiny bit, going, hey, you're ready, but I want you to keep going.
100%.
So, bro, that's
Bro.
that's the story I'll share with you right now. When lightning strikes, man, I'm feeling a little strike right now.
And you know what? Fucking congratulations, because there's a couple of things I want to piggyback off that. The first one, people are always watching, always fucking watching. You
Yes.
know, they may not reach out, but they are always fucking watching. And if you're the person that's constantly looking at the likes, then you're missing the bigger picture. You're missing the bigger
Yes.
picture. It's about the message you're putting out there that the world is actually seeing and paying attention to.
Mm.
You know, no different to myself. You know, we're both in the online space. And when you do have people reach out and you do have people engaging in your content, it's like, oh shit, it is real.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It's kind of like a wow moment. And you look at it and you're like, oh fuck. But we have done all the research. We've had coaches. We
Yes.
know the process. And it's like, what's next is let's have a conversation. Let's just
Mm.
have a
That's
conversation.
it.
And it's a
That's it.
conversation to see whether or not I can help you. See
There
whether or
you
not this
go.
is a good fit for my community, and if you were a good fit for my program. That's it.
Perfectly said, bro.
And you know what? The interesting thing is that so many people would just go, "Oh my God, I got my fuck, yay, I got my first one." It's like, dude, why are you celebrating one?
No.
It keeps going. It just keeps
Keeps
fucking going.
going.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of people get that's that dopamine hit. And I was actually talking to an incredible lady yesterday, and she is a integrative functional medicine specialist, and now she's starting to specialize in neuroscience. And that, for me, that's stimulating as fuck. I love that shit. And she works with a lot of men as well in the neuroscience space. So not only integrated health, not necessarily GP related, but definitely functional. Not looking again from a psychologist perspective and just working, you know, that frontal lobe. It's literally looking at the whole mindset's looking at the neurological response based on your emotion and based on your thought process, because our thought process and emotions is going to be an action in one form or another. So for me, I'm like, fuck, this is cool. But she reached out to me, bro. And she goes, I love your work. I know what you're doing. Like, talk to me a little bit more about what you're doing. I'm like, oh shit. So we had this incredible conversation for an hour. And you know,
Wow.
yeah. She's an extremely busy woman. She's very knowledgeable, and when you're in a specialized space, you're in demand. So for me to be able to have an hour of her time was, yeah, pretty incredible. Great conversation in regards to men and the men's space, and one of the ones that like a really cool. And we both see the world the same way when it comes to men, but she obviously works with men a lot. So for me, it was all about, you know, there's so many boys walking around in sheep clothing. Like, in other words, a lot of men walking around pretending to be, sorry, a lot of boys walking around pretending to be men.
Yeah.
So, from
Yeah.
that perspective, we're like, yep, that's fucking true. So, there's no emotional intelligence, there's no emotional maturity, there's a lot of, and she's even had conversations with men that were addicted to porn at 11 years old.
Wow.
And when you're addicted to porn at 11 years old, all of a sudden the ideal of a relationship is completely fogged and misconstrued. So then you have a look at that. Their idea of a relationship is purely physical, and you kind of wonder, and then all of a sudden through school, and you're, you know, in a single parent family, and then you've got pretty much the female pretending to be the masculine, or take on the masculine role. Like, all of a sudden dynamics change, and you've got this boy growing up who's addicted to porn, no like real emotional connection, purely physical, and then you've got a mum who is pretending to be the father, so they are completely fucked up when it comes to, you know, what the reality of the world is. And then they're going through school and you're getting a participation medal just for showing up. And you kind of wonder why men either. they can't handle rejection from a perspective. And also when things don't go their wrong, they are fucking like little children, having a tantrum in their cot and throwing their toys out. So there's a lot of work to be done. And she's working in the work. And then obviously our conversation, she's like, hey, we should get something together. We should do a program. I'm like, holy fuck, what? Hang on. Did I just fucking hear that? Bro, that was only yesterday. But I told you a week ago what had happened.
Yep.
And there's potentially a men's retreat on the horizon, bro.
Wow,
Fucking
dude.
sudden, all of a sudden, I had these people reach out to me. I'm going, hang on, why me? And then I'm like, no, this is what you fucking need to do. Like
Yes.
now, this is you stepping more into that role of helping men, but also calling out the fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And I've been doing like my message now is all about men. Stop fucking lying. And if you want the secret, if you want the secret of your life becoming better, more authentic, and more real, and you achieving everything you want to achieve, stop fucking lying. That's it.
Mm.
It's a simple rule. Once you start there, but the thing is, a lot of men can't. I can't stop lying because they're either covering themselves up and they don't want that they can't handle the rejection. They're like little children that if they say something that they know is wrong and they're going to get caught out, you know, their mum and dad are gonna fucking give them a beating, or mum and dad are gonna tell them off. And it's like, really, dude, fucking own your shit. Who cares? Look, we've all got baggage. We've all done wrong. But once you start to own it, and we've had this conversation before. Once you start to own it, um, and someone calls you out, it's like, hey, man, you're not telling me anything I haven't told myself already.
Yeah,
You know?
dude. It's owning, well, it's owning who you are. I guess
100%.
that's the best way, right? 100%. I love that you said that.
Yeah. And look, the message out of all of that is, yeah, there's some wins that are coming along the line, coming along the way, but you still got to be in the trenches. You still have to
Oh,
do the fucking work.
100%.
You still have to show up because there are still people that need to hear your message, and there's a lot of people that need our help. And when you constantly have that, it's like, all right, I'm not giving up. I need a message. My message is going to get stronger. And I've had some wins. This month's been a really good month. But it's also me getting out of my own way, me, having those conversations. Me when it comes to someone's engaging in your content for a reason, and it's like reach out to them. Hey, what did you like about my content? I noticed you liked, or I noticed you commented on my content. What was it that you liked about it? If we were to work together, how can I help you?
Mm.
You know,
Yep.
all it is just instigate the conversation. And you're either going to get a yes or a no. And, when you are sure of yourself and when you have that emotional maturity and emotional intelligence, and someone turns around and says, no, it's not, this program's not for me, cool. I appreciate you following me and I appreciate your support. You move on.
Bro, that's so good, man. And I think you
Okay.
know what that comes back to, Aaron, that you said, man, the trenches. That's where you get taught that.
Yeah.
When you're in the trenches, you get taught the rejection. You get taught the pain. You get taught when you don't feel like it. All those things, bro. And I can only say this, Aaron, because that's where I started learning that. And that's why my message has been a lot more clear. That's why I know with my program, I've had to tweak it a lot because I really want the message to be clear
Mm,
that even if you decide not to work with me, that I'm not going to be mad.
mm,
I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to unfollow you. No, it's not what we're here for.
yeah.
We're here. I mean, obviously, bro, this is the thing. There's billions upon billions of people in this world, right? We're not going to help everybody. That's not our goal.
Yeah.
We need to help a specific group of people, our tribe, if you will, and then they then tell other people, right? You just the goal is to help as many people as possible,
100%.
right? It's not just to help 10 people and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for 10 people right now. No, no. I mean, that's just, from a group standpoint, yeah, that's where you want to be, right? But I guess the reason why I'm saying all that, Aaron, is just to go back to the fact that you learn that as you start putting yourself in those uncomfortable situations,
Yep.
in those painful situations, when it's cold and it's windy and it sucks outside, and you still got to walk to the gym door to get in to get a workout, and it's
Look,
4:30 in the
you
morning. It's cold.
man the fuck up.
That's when you learn, bro. You learn all that, right? And
Yeah.
so I love that you said that, man. That's so good,
Well,
Aaron. I really. Good
There's
info,
there's
man.
actually one thing I want to piggyback off what you said, and you said you go through the pain, bro. The kind of pain that both you and I have experienced, like me 10 years ago when I lost my dad, and happy birthday, Dad. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, 10 years this year, I lost my father. And it's 4 years this year, I lost my mother. And
Mm,
you lost your son. You
yeah.
know, the grief is always going to be there. It's never going to go away. And that is painful for a lot of people. You go to a grief share, once a week, so you would understand and
Mhm.
you see it like every fucking week. When you tap into that and that now becomes a part of your message, and all of a sudden your message becomes a lot more urgent, and all of a sudden your message then becomes that, hey man, I'm not fucking waiting, and neither should you. It's like, let's get to fucking work and stop making
Mm,
excuses and stop fucking
mm.
lying. And deep down you need to fucking work, and deep down that you're hurting. Like, let's go. When your message starts to speak that, you can only get there when you've experienced the pain. You can't get there through you can't get there through, how am I putting this? Desperation. You can't get that through a coach telling you this is what you need to do, need to say. You can only get there when you truly feel that. And when you truly know that the trenches is going to be fucking hard, but nothing's as hard as losing your parents and losing a son. So it's like, let's fucking go. You know?
No, bro, I love that, dude. And you know what? I'm just gonna give a shout out, rest in heaven, my beautiful, beautiful baby boy, Jaden Nash Alvarado. You know, the thing is, bro, is that pain is one hell of a teacher.
Mm.
And when I had mentioned earlier about my program changing, it's because when I first started the program, I don't know that I was all the way ready to start the program,
We never are.
to own my truth, to
Yeah.
own who I was now. How I didn't even know that I knew myself, Aaron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
bro.
I think the reason why I bring that message up, bro, is because start when you're not ready. Start when it's just doesn't make sense and you're
100%.
so freaking confused and you're not
100%.
even sure where you're even going to blink next. Start. Just do the damn thing and it eventually will all take shape exactly as it should. So
Yes.
you're right, bro.
Yes.
100%. You're right. I think that's the beautiful part about it, about the life that I'm living right now, is I'm in honor of him now. My boy, I'm in honor of him. So I know that he is super proud of what I'm doing and the message that I'm spreading. And so as a result of that, I need to lean more into that.
Mm.
So that when I don't feel like it, I go, no, but wait a minute. You made a promise. You made a freaking promise to get up and get your butt busy. And now you're starting to see people go, oh, I know John and Aaron. I listen to them every week when they join when they do a podcast. I know Aaron's program. Yeah, him and him and John talk about their programs all the time. Yes, I
We're
know
not
who
going to
those guys.
not. We're not going to not talk about our program, and that's our fucking life, bro. You know.
Yeah,
But yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But no, sorry to jump into there, bro. I just had to say
I
that.
love that, bro. Absolutely love that. And you know, and this is the thing too, Aaron. You know, we're trading war stories here, bro. And I love this, man.
Yeah.
One other thing that real quick I'll just say on this pod is that I also been invited to do a speech at a local women's
Oh,
entrepreneurship group tomorrow,
tomorrow
ladies
your
and
time.
gentlemen.
Yep. So
Tomorrow our time.
it'll be today
I
when
it
this
would be yeah, it'd be
podcast
today
is
for you,
launched.
tomorrow for me. Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, when you drop the pod, yeah, as a matter of fact, it will be today.
Dude.
Yeah, and so, dude, it was just an honor to be invited, and I'm just super pumped, bro, to go and deliver my message to
Yep.
a bunch of women who are entrepreneurs, who are boss moms looking to level up. Dude,
And
how is that not epic, bro?
so we've got to keep saying yes because opportunities do come up. And if we say no because it doesn't look like the way we want it to look, man, you're missing an opportunity. But here's
Listen,
the thing, interestingly, that like public speaking for a lot of people is their worst nightmare. It's their biggest
yes,
fear. Yeah,
agreed.
you thrive in that shit. For me,
I do.
I've done MC for bodybuilding shows and stuff like that. So I haven't done it for a few years. Might be a little bit rusty, but I both of us know that you've got to do the uncomfortable things. And when you
Yeah.
do the uncomfortable things, that actually teaches you a lot more about yourself, but it also helps you to become a better version of yourself. But I think the biggest thing out of all of this as well is that you just never know what opportunity is going to come of it. So you've got to fucking say yes, you
Exactly,
know?
bro. Oh man, that's so good,
Right.
Aaron. And once again, dude, it's not the result. When I focus on tomorrow, it's not the result. It
Yeah.
is literally for me to go and gain some reps, meaning stand in front of an audience of people. Talk, and I'm not even talking my program, dude. My program will be
Yeah.
at the very end. I will say, hey, for more information, if you want more information, definitely see me after, and I'm happy to give it to you. Put it up on the board for people, no problem.
Yeah.
But for me tomorrow, dude, my primary focus is value.
Yeah.
I
Telling
want
your
to
story.
leave those women with so much value. And of course, there's going to be not some dry eyes in the audience because I'm going to tell my story,
It's
whether
always the
you're ready
case.
for it or not, dude. And
Yeah.
that is I mean, again, we follow a lot of really, really good, strong mentors, bro. And it's, if they don't know you, just like anything else, bro, you're not going to just buy from any stranger off the street. They've got to know you.
Yep.
So you're going to get to know me, just like you got to know Aaron and I on this podcast over the years, or even if you're a new listener, get to know us. Well, we put all of our stuff out there because
Pretty
we've got to
much.
be vulnerable in that state.
Yep, yep. And you know what? The vulnerability also I'm going to touch on very quickly before we end this thing is that vulnerability is not a weakness for anyone. Vulnerability is
No,
also not a currency. It's not an opportunity for you to bribe someone. Vulnerability
right.
for a lot of people is actually a really important thing to, for them to connect with their authenticity, to also, to let go of shit that's holding them back. It's
Mm,
also an opportunity for you to, okay, well, no more lying now, no more holding back, no more lying about my situation. This is where it's at.
right.
Be real, you know? So I'm going to leave it with that, bro. Good chat.
Good stuff, man. And again, to your point, right? You just never know what opportunity is going to pop up. All you got to do is say yes, walk through the door, own it, own who you are, and let the good times roll, bro.
There you go. That's it. The mantra for the day, the mantra for the fucking week. Say yes.
Say yes. I
Bro,
dig it, brother.
that
I
was
dig
awesome,
it.
man. Appreciate you, stud. We'll be hey,
Absolutely, mate.
we'll be tuning in a few days' time for our regular time slot. Well, actually, not regular. It's fucking changed now because you no longer have daylight saving. Thanks.
Right.
Found that out. It's like, where the fuck are you, bro? It's like, shit. Anyway, here we are. We're on the road, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as normal, if you got any value from this, please just share the show. One important message I want to end with, and I know John's got something to add to this as well, is we know people are hurting. We know people need help. All we want to do is we want to help you start that conversation. This is not
Yes.
about me trying to sell my program. This is
Right.
about me wanting to help as many people as I possibly can. And if you want to go further and if you want to invest in a program, cool, we'll talk about it. But this is an opportunity and I know John's in exactly the same boat as well. I just want to start having conversations with people so that they can just walk away feeling better.
And that's 100%, Aaron. I think that's one of my goals that I have every day is to leave somebody better than I found them. And I really don't want to go to sleep until I do that because I know that I actually can make a difference. Whether it's just a conversation. I did a reel the other day just about, hey, just a compliment. You don't realize what somebody's
Mm.
going through and how you would have impacted. Bro, hence the reason why our reels are so important. When we put a message out there, like you said, people are watching, people are listening. So why can't it hold true for, our listeners here and we go into the world just making it a better place, man, one person at a time.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Love you, man. Appreciate it.
I love you too, brother. Talk to you next week, or in our case, a
Oh,
couple of days, but
a
either way, we'll talk.
few days for sure, brother. Thank you, guys.
Take care, guys.